What's up, YouTube? So I've been recording about 4 months, so I'm going to get to it really quick. This video, we will talk about an issue that I have at 75, 85 miles an hour with my e-moto, which we all know if you watch this channel. I have an E-Ride Pro 2.0. However, it is tuned a little bit above the E-Ride Pro SR. Top speed is about 75. That's the tune that I'm keeping it at. Quarter mile is drastic. We are not going to talk about it. But again, that is the tune. And I'm going to get straight to the point. What was the drama, right? I haven't recorded in 4 months, so there's got to be a drama. And I only record when I have either good news or bad news for you guys. But today we'll talk about the drama that you might have at 75 miles an hour. And it's not a cheap fix. That is your braking system. Your braking system is really important because when I ride lately for past 4 months with the tune of SR, I have no doubt that I'm going to stop when I should. And the feeling is pretty bad when you're riding and you say to yourself in the back of your head, if there was a car that just came out from the corner, I would not be able to stop. There's no doubt. There's no way I could stop. It's sad to say that I know that if somebody stepped out in front of me, either human or animal, I would not be able to stop. I will need a long distance to stop. On on that note, we all know how pathetic certain things are. When the e-motos came out, they were very famous and they were overpriced. Now you can get an e-moto, decent quality. I know brand, something less known like, Sur-Ron and E-Ride Pro and Talaria, less known than these bikes. You get them, dirt cheap, like $1,500, and you'll be able to get a bike that is pretty decent. You can play with the battery. You could install different batteries. That's the way to go. But it's funny because those $1,500 bikes, they have e-moto brakes. They got motorcycle brakes. We all know that Talaria, E-Ride Pro, Sur-Ron, they don't have, coming out of a box, a motorcycle grade brakes. So my biggest dilemma is now, since we have upgraded the motor, not really upgraded the motor, but we have changed from encoder to Hall sensor. And again, I don't think the motor that I had on the 2.0 was the 5K. I think it was the 3K, tuned to 5K. We're not going to speculate. Hey, stop it. We're not going to speculate. Oh my God. Hey, what are you doing? Who's there? There's nobody there. Stop it. We're not going to speculate what's inside that bike, but I only have that feeling. And it's a gut feeling, so you listen to that. So again, it's a problem where we have upgraded the motor, we have upgraded the battery, which are these are very, very important components that kind of like dictate how fast you can go and how hard you can take off, right? We also changed to a 5 driver, and it's just, we've done everything but upgrading the brakes. So I've tried everything. I've tried steel shoe brakes, ceramic. I've tried all kinds, right? I'm going to give one more try. I am going to change the the rotors, the disc brakes, and I'm going to change the brake pads into better quality, right? I noticed that the E-Ride Pro OEM brake pads lasted pretty decent time. I know that. However, at that point in the beginning, the bike was tuned to like 55 miles an hour. I hit only 60 once. Was it once? Yeah, I think it was only once. Then every other run was 55. So it's kind of sad and pathetic for that kind of money, but that's a different note. So it's a huge difference when you are traveling at 55 and at 65 or 75 in regards to braking or brakes itself. They are. We all know how Surron brakes are so expensive, and the other brakes that are so expensive. You talk about front brakes 500, rear brakes 500. There's no way somebody is paying $1,000. Well, there are people paying $1,000 for both, which is kind of out of my league. I'm sorry, I can't justify that. And me being over 50 years old, knowing that I can buy so many different things for $500 or $1,000. But I do have brakes on the horizon, like I said, and that's going to be, of course, a surprise. And so you got to stay tuned, obviously. And I'm thinking just for me to feel good about my decision, I'm going to do this drastic movement and try, I guess, a better quality brake pads and also change the discs, because discs do wear out. I have used steel brake pads, which they chew your disc. So I think the original depth of the disc is like 1.6 millimeters, where this disc is like 2.1, where motor discs are 3.5, well, anywhere from 3.1 to 3.5. 3.5 is on thicker size and it's decent, but the new system, they are e-motor brakes, heavy duty brakes, and their disc is 3.5 millimeters. So we'll try this one first, this setup first, and then we'll try the way that we should go from. Like I said, it's kind of scary where you cannot stop. If somebody comes, you cannot stop. Every time, and don't get me wrong, when you run and you're capable of running, let's say 60 miles an hour, and you hold the throttle, you will get that 60 miles an hour, right? So my brain starts disconnecting with the reality at 65 miles an hour on a bike, okay? That's when my brain tells my thumb, because I have a thumb throttle, to let go. That's 65. Every time I notice when I was doing my kind of like, not top speed run, but kind of like, let me step on it, let me press on it, and see what's up. At around 65, my brain was saying, okay, that's enough, which is good to have. Some people, like kids, teenagers, they don't have that limiter, and they hit the 65, and the brain doesn't calculate how fast you're going. They hit the 70, and they still don't get it. They only get it when they hit something or get into an accident, and then they sit in the ER room, and that's when the brain and pain and injuries connect together, and the brain says, well, if you do this is what's going to happen, it's going to hurt. Your brain remembers that and marks that event in your brain. So every time your brain or your eyes see that event, possibility of same thing happening, it will send that message to your brain from your eyes, what you see, and say, this is it. That's when you stop. That's your limit right there. Which some people don't have a fear. I always had a fear, but I had friends that never had the fear, And these are the guys that they can jump off the roofs, they can hang out on top of the roofs, they can walk around the roofs. They have no, fear of heights. They have no limits. I'm the opposite. I have a lots of limits because I can recognize what's going to happen. But this is one of the things that it's probably a lot. Yeah, it is a last thing to manage, which is the e-moto brakes, and I want to do it. Hopefully at the end of this season. If not, definitely for next season, I'm gonna have these brakes, and we'll see how this whole thing is gonna work with the police department, the local laws. Are they going to change because Jersey is changing? I mean, everybody's changing to some crazy laws, and here is what I have experienced so far riding either my son or solo. If you are respectful, if you stop on lights, if you stop on stop signs, if you don't speed where you noticeably look like you're speeding when the cop is looking at you from a car, you're going to be fine. The guys that are doing the wheelies, the guys that are speeding, the guys that are going through a steady red light, the guys that are impeaching with the traffic flow, causing cause of accidents, these are the people that get the bike seized, and these are the people that get into trouble. So I hope you guys enjoy this video. I have not recorded a video for over 4 months. Hopefully this is my comeback. I just didn't have the desire to shoot videos, and for the subscribers that they were the ones that are faithful and they stuck around, hopefully I'm back, and hopefully we'll we'll do something interesting on this channel. And comment down below what is it that you're looking for in this channel. Is it basic maintenance? I'm not doing builds. I'm not doing any reviewings. I don't have time for that. I'm too old. My time in life is precious. So this 12 minutes I'm giving you to you guys, which is huge, because I like to entertain the people that subscribe to me from either for informational reasons or whichever reason that was. But it's nice to see you guys again. Hopefully we'll stick around and do some more videos. Until then, folks, be safe.